Sandra McElroy. I hope you're arrested, and I hope you do some fucking time in prison. You lying bitch. The Smoking Gun released an article titled Witness 40, Exposing a Fraud in Ferguson. I'm obviously going to link it below. I shouldn't be mad at her. I really shouldn't, because it's obvious this woman has some sort of, I don't want to say mental disability, but I mean, I guess it could be classified as that. But she has some issues going on, and I don't know how the DA, and this is where I am mad, and my rage should be directed. You know, when you're a DA with a case with this much scrutiny, this big a case, you sure as fuck should vet your witnesses properly. You should investigate the fuck out of them before you try and prop them up as credible. So, either he failed to do his job in that regard, or he ignored those facts and put her on the stand anyway. I challenge you to read this entire article. It'll take 5 minutes out of your day. I challenge you to read it. Because if true, if these facts are correct, the cookie is crumbling and somebody needs to face some motherfucking charges. And I say somebody, and I really mean a few people. This is absurd. It's fucking absurd. You know, and before because I've read stuff on the Smoking Gun before, but I decided to do some research on the Smoking Gun, and they're pretty credible. They're in fact very credible, because what they do, what the website does, is they basically get public documents, court documents, and they post them, and that's pretty much how they started. And then they started doing investigations, as the site grew, and I think it's owned by True TV, Ted Turner, yippee-ki-yay, right? But regardless of that, at least, they started doing investigations. I mean, motherfucker had to go apologize on Oprah, because A Million Little Pieces, that book, it was Oprah's book club, and he went on Oprah and he fucking apologized after the Smoking Gun outed his ass. So, and they've done tons of other investigations that have brought criminals to justice. You can do that research yourself. But I just want to go over a few key facts from this article that'll hopefully make you want to read it if you didn't accept my challenge. Basically, going through her past, there's been 2 previous incidents, and this is such a long article, and I want to get to those points. I don't care about her personal shit, like she's been to jail for bouncing checks illegally and blah blah blah. But she lied about previous investigations. Let's see. In 2007, she fabricated a bizarre story in the wake of the rescue of Sean Hornbeck, a St. Louis boy who had been held captive for more than 4 years by Michael Devlin, a resident of Kirkwood, a city just outside of St. Louis. I just said that 2 different ways. McElroy, who also lived in Kirkwood, told KMOV-TV that she had known Devlin for 20 years. She also claimed to have gone to the police months after the child's October 2002 disappearance to report that she had seen Devlin with Hornbeck. The police, McElroy said, checked out her tip and determined that the boy with Devlin was not Hornbeck. In the face of McElroy's allegations, the Kirkwood Police Department fired back at her. Cops reported that they investigated her claim and determined that we have no record of any contact with Miss Elroy in regards to Sean Hornbeck. The police statement concluded, "We have found that this story is a complete fabrication." She peddled another story to police in nearby Lincoln County, where Charles Arlen Henderson, 11, went missing in 1991. According to news reports, McElroy claimed that Devlin had given her photos he took of young boys, one of whom she knew as Chuck or Chucky. Those images were shown to the missing boy's mother, who said that while one of the boys in the photos resembled her son, "I'm keeping my emotions in check. I'm not going to hurt anyone." A law enforcement task force investigated Devlin's possible involvement in other missing child cases, but concluded that his only victims were Hornbeck and a 13-year-old boy who was abducted for 4 days before his arrest. Henderson, who has never been found, would now be 34 years old. So, 2 previous cases where, at least in the first one that I read to you, the cops definitively said she fucking lied. In the second one, they investigated her claims, and they didn't say that she definitely lied. They just said, we can't find any evidence of anything she told us. So at least in one, we have police saying she lied to investigators during an open case. That's who we should put on the stand in a grand jury investigation. If you read this entire article, you're going to see that she changes her story. And then she asks the jurors if she could bring in a notebook that she claims she wrote in the day of. And if you go through the notebook, it's fucking insane. And the ironic part is, earlier than that, during just when she was being interviewed, she didn't go to the cops until a month after the incident occurred. A month. So she had a month to watch all of this stuff on TV and online in the news before she contacted investigators and said, "I was there that day. I can tell you exactly what happened." A whole month. Nobody saw her there. Nobody saw her car there. Her car isn't in any of the photographs. Just to let you know. And I won't delve into any other facts of this article, so you can read it and you can be as shocked as I was. Except for, I'll add that she created a nonprofit group called, I want to get the name right here, First Responders Support, to raise money through an online fundraising campaign that would be used to pay for care packages and gift cards for cops that have been dealing with the riots here in St. Louis. In an October 25 Facebook discussion thread on the website of the St. Louis, and I just did it twice again there, two different ways, TV station McElroy, using one of her personal Facebook accounts, posted a link to the First Responders fundraising page, along with a call to action. "How about support the Leo instead of these thugs," she wrote. 2 minutes later, a similar link to the You Caring website was posted from the First Responders Facebook account. It is unknown how much money McElroy's Facebook gambit has raised, or how the money was spent, but in a December 5th post, the First Responders page offered a fundraising update. Since Officer Wilson's attorney has made it clear there are to be no online donations accepted, McElroy wrote, "I purchased a money order, and I mailed it to the Darren Wilson Trust Fund." They updated this saying that she did admit to being Witness 40. This original article, they claimed that they had figured out that she was Witness 40. And she actually contacted Smoking Gun. Said, "Yeah, that's me. And as soon as I make sure my kids are okay and safe, and cops and lawyers say I can talk to you, I'm going to talk to you off the record." So, I advise reading this. It's eye-opening, and it's fucking shocking, and it's fucking disgusting. And the last thing that I want to say is that for every single motherfucker who spouted the bullshit of, I guess he shouldn't have stolen those cigars and charged at a cop. He got what he deserved. You were fucking wrong. And I'd love to hear your apology. I would love it. I doubt that this is going to deter you. I doubt it. And that's why this woman needs to be prosecuted. But when that happens, if it does, hopefully, I dare you to man up and admit that you were fucking wrong. I dare you. Rant over.